What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is another Starfield shipbuilding tutorial. This time we'll be building a ship that I call the Ripper. And it's a pretty cool looking ship, in my opinion. So we'll break this down and present you with a nice, easy to follow snap to build guide. Stay tuned. Before you can start this build, you're going to want to pick up your specialty parts from your vendors. So go ahead and make your way over to New Homestead. And we're gonna start by grabbing a Pinch 8Z reactor. You don't have to use this reactor if you don't want. You could use the SF Sheared Flow or any other Class C reactor. You're gonna grab one SAL 6830 engine, two 4330 Slayton Aerospace engines, three NG20 landing gear, and four NG20 landing gear in the regular variant. And then head over to Deimos Star Yard. We're going to be using an Ares bridge. You could grab any variant of this that you'd like to. We're going to be using a Deimos Slim Docker top. And we're going to be using 120 LD landing bay from Deimos. This is not a specialty part, but that's all the specialty parts we're going to use in this build. Make sure you have those. And then you can make your way over to your outpost landing pad with Shipbuilder, where all the other components are going to be available for this build. If you'd like to match the same colors as me, then you can go ahead and do so by selecting your color palette right now. We're going to be using a pure white, and we're going to be using a maroon. That's the only two colors I'm using on this build. So you can go ahead and apply those two colors to any part, and that way they go into your recents. And you could paint along with me if you'd like. And then finally, I'd say don't really worry about the weapons that I'm putting on this ship. I want you to, after you build the ship, go to Red Mile where all the weapons are available, and then you could apply your weapons at the Red Mile. So I'm doing a duplicate glitch where I put all these weapons onto one part. And if you want to do that, you can, but you're going to want to do that at the Red Mile. That way you don't have to buy a ton of extra guns just to duplicate. Just go to Red Mile and then add them onto your ship at the very end from there. Red Mile is on Porrima 3 in the Porrima star system. Okay, so now that you're at your outpost landing pad, go ahead and bring down an LD20 landing bay. Make sure the doors are facing the aft of the ship, and you could go ahead and start by painting that maroon. I'm deleting these because these are extras that I just put there for the intro. So after you got your LD landing gear, bring in a Nova Cowling 2L, and then flip it to the BM variant. Change the variant to the mid and flip it to the bottom. So if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, when you bring out a Nova Cowling 2L, it's going to look like this. It's going to be a TF, which means top 4. You're going to select it, change the variant to a mid. It's now a TM top mid, and then you're going to flip it, and now it's a bottom mid BM variant. Okay? And then you're going to duplicate that 4 times and attach them to the front. And then you're going to duplicate it a 5th time. And this last one, you're going to change the variant to a 4, a BF. Okay, then the one just to the back of your 4, duplicate it and flip it. It'll attach to the top. And then you can move the bottom one off for a second and bring out one of your NG20 landing gear 4 and attach that right here underneath. And then you can bring this back into place, flip it 2 times and cancel, and it'll lock it into place. Now you can go ahead and delete this top one. We don't need it. We just used it to get our landing gear into position. Okay, next we're going to be doing this major merge. grav drive, reactor, fuel, shield, engine, shroud mid-bracer. Everything's into one package. So in order to do this, go ahead and bring out your grav drive. I'm using a J52 Gamma grav drive. Bring out a shroud mid-bracer. Paint that white, color 1 and 2. Bring out a fuel cell. I'm using a 700T HE3 tank. Paint it white. Bring out your reactor. I'm using the Pinch 8Z reactor. Paint it white. And then finally is our Slayton Aerospace 6830 engine. And I have color 1, white, color 2, maroon, and color 3, white. And then grab an Assurance SG 1800 shield generator for your shield. Okay, now we're going to get all these into one little nice package. So, in order to do that, the first thing you're going to want to do is put down your grab drive. Nope, it won't attach. Bring in a 2x1. I'm using a tail all-in-one berth 2x1 bottom B. You could use any 2x1 you want right here. It's really not going to show, so it's just what you would like to have inside your ship. All right. Now, you're not going to be able to duplicate this. So we want to attach that first. Come to think of it, you're not going to be able to duplicate this pinch reactor either. I would use a reactor that you could duplicate, like something available, SF40 sheared flow reactor. And then you could go to a different star yard that sells the pinch and duplicate that in later. Honestly. Because there's really no way you could buy 3 of these and bring them over here. It's a big waste of money as well. So use an SF sheared flow reactor. Look, I'll do the same for the build. I'm going to paint that white. It's still a really good reactor. Okay, so now we're ready to start duplicating. So what we're going to do is bring in a Deimos Hull A. Duplicate that, and then select both of these and duplicate them and put them up here. All right, so we're going to be using these 2 parts to duplicate each of these onto our build. I'm going to put these somewhere where you guys can see them and see what I'm doing. First thing I'm going to do is bring in my mid-bracer. I'm going to select it and this bottom Deimos hole and duplicate. And it'll drop down. Now the reason I do that is if you just try to duplicate this, it's got nowhere to drop to. So it's not going to drop down. This part does have somewhere to go. So that's how you get the drop down when you can't just duplicate one part and get it to go. So select that and this, duplicate down. And now we want it on the bottom. So we're going to select this bottom one and this one and duplicate down. Now we can delete the extra 2 on the top and these bottom 2. And now we're going to do our grab drive. The same thing. We're going to duplicate this down once and then select the bottom ones and duplicate those down. Now it's all the way in the bottom here. So you could delete these top 2 and delete these bottom 2. Go ahead and bring in your next part. Let's bring in the fuel. Same thing. Duplicate once. Select the bottoms. Duplicate again. Delete these top fuel tanks. Delete these bottom Deimos holes. Bring in our reactor. repeat, duplicate once, select the bottoms, duplicate again, delete the top 2 reactors, delete the bottom 2 Deimos holes, and then bring in your shield and attach that to the top. And then go ahead and select that and duplicate that down once. Now it's sitting on top of the mid bracer. So you can delete that, and delete these 2. Lastly, we want to make this top look clean. So we're going to bring in a Teo companionway 1x1 top. Put that on the top here. And just duplicate that down 1 time. And then go. And that just gives us clean lines. Okay, we don't really care about the companionway and walking through it. We just want clean lines on our build. Okay. Next up is kind of tricky, so you're going to have to pay attention here. We're going to bring in a Deimos bracer and a Shroud Cowling 1LA. This is in the PT variant. What I want you to do is select both of these, duplicate them, and bring them to the other side. Let's move these out of the way. This one, you can go ahead and flip it 3 times so that it's the opposite of the other one. Okay, and you can go ahead and attach those. Now, you're going to duplicate this and just move it off to the side real quick, and then grab it and put it over your bracer, flip 4 times, cancel. Oops, where did that go? Bring it over here, flip it 4 times, and cancel. Okay, and now the same with this one, move it here, flip it 4 times, and cancel. Now we want to get the same thing over here. So now move these 2 off. And then you're going to duplicate this bracer and bring one to the other side. And now move this on top of the bracer, flip 4 times, cancel. Move this, 1, 2, 3, 4, cancel. Now you can bring out your SAL 4330 engine and attach that right here. It should be slanted like that. Duplicate it, bring it over here, flip it 5 times, and attach that right there. Next, you're going to bring out your Shroud Cap A. Attach that here, duplicate it, attach it here, flip it 3 times, and attach. For this one, color 2 is white, color 3 is white, and color 1 is maroon. Okay, for everything else on top, everything's white. These look gray, but trust me, they are pure white. Okay, next you could go ahead and select the Shroud Cowling at 1LA and your Shroud Cap A, and duplicate them and bring them out. Select both of those, change the colors to maroon on all 3. Select both, duplicate, and bring them to the other side for later. Now what you're going to do is duplicate this one. And now you want to select this and flip it once. Select this, flip it once. Select this, flip it once. Whoops, don't duplicate. Select it and flip it 1 time. And then bring out a Shroud engine mount. Now you want it to look like this. This is actually the bottom, is on the top. And it's curved on the outside. You see on the top looks like that. It's hard to really show you. Okay, so flip it to this variant. Duplicate it, flip it to the opposite variant. Okay, this one's going over here. Now what you're going to do is attach this under your engine on both sides. And then you're going to bring your landing gears out and attach those underneath. So bring out your NG20 landing gears and attach them to the cowling 1LAs, and then bring an NG24 and attach it to your shroud cap A. Then you could select all three of those and duplicate them and bring them over to the other side. Okay, those should be red. All 6 of those should be maroon, fully maroon. Okay, once you have those in place, you can now put these into place. So you're going to put them on the bottom and flip them 4 times and cancel. For each one. Okay, let's repeat on the other side. Let's duplicate this. For these, select them. Whoops. Select them, flip them. You want to flip those twice. Okay, should be looking like that. That's the version you want. It's really hard to move these cameras around. Okay, select it, flip it twice. Select it, flip it twice. Okay, that's our look. Now you can bring these into place, snap them, flip them 4 times and cancel. And there's the bottoms are done. All right, this next part's a little bit of back and forth work. So bring in a shroud cap A, port aft bottom. Duplicate it, flip it, attach it to the other side. Then bring in a Nova Cowling 2L TF, and then change the variant to a mid. So you want a TM. Paint it red, duplicate it, and bring it to the other side. And then you could move this out of the way. Duplicate and flip this. It should snap down on the bottom. So do the same over here. Duplicate, flip, attaches on the bottom. Now bring in a Supernova 2200 engine and attach it to those TMs. And then duplicate that and attach it to the other side. Next, go ahead and bring out a Deimos bumper. Grab your bumper and change it to a mid variant and attach that right back here. Have a look at it. Attach it there. Flip it twice. Cancel. Now make sure it's attached. Do a select all. Make sure that that part is connected, the one you just attached, that bumper. Okay, now you can duplicate that bumper. Flip it. Attach it to the other side, flip twice, cancel, and then do a select all and just make sure it's attached. Next, grab a Teo braking engine. Attach that to the front of your TMs, duplicate it, flip it, attach it to the other side. Next, bring out another Deimos bumper. It should snap into place right here. flip it twice and cancel. And then again, do a select all and make sure it is connected. Okay, then you can duplicate that and flip it. And then we're going to attach that to the other side. Flip twice, cancel. Do a select all, make sure everything's connected. It should be good. Now, Deimos bumper. Bring out a Deimos bumper. You're going to attach it right here. Flip twice, cancel. And then duplicate that and flip it and place one just off to the side. Duplicate that. Bring it over here, duplicate it and flip it and put another one down. You're going to be using all of these. So now go ahead and grab this one, attach it here, flip it twice and cancel. And now we want to get these into place. But before we do that, let's go ahead and finish this side. So let's grab this shroud cap A. Actually, before we do that, grab a Nova Cowling 2L. Okay, change the variant to a TA. You're going to attach that. Oh, you're not going to attach that in there. Go ahead and bring in your cap A. Shoot, why is my cap A not attaching? You're going to have to move this off briefly. Move this outside bumper off. Okay, now connect this. Snap it in place. Flip it 4 times and cancel. Now you should be able to connect your Nova Cowling. Flip it twice, cancel. And now you're going to duplicate, flip, accept. And that connects one on the bottom. Okay, so same thing on the other side. Bring this in, snap it, flip it 4 times, cancel, and then bring out a TL or TA cowling, Nova Cowling. Grab that, snap it into place right here, flip, flip, cancel, and then duplicate, flip, accept. And that puts that one on the bottom. Now we move this off again and attach this. Flip twice, cancel, select all, make sure it's connected. And now you should be able to put this back. It snaps in now. 1, 2, 3, 4 flips, cancel. Now see how it popped up? What we're going to do is just click it. It drops down, it's green, and accept. Okay? And then bring out another Deimos bumper for this one. Paint color 2 maroon and color 1 white. Attach it here. Duplicate it, flip it. Attach it on the other side. Now you want to get this part back in. So again, bring your cap A out. Bring your bumper in. Snap it, flip twice, cancel. Do a select all, make sure it is connected. It is. Now you can bring this in, snap it, flip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, cancel. Make sure everything's connected. And it is. Okay, so in order to complete the wings, we just got to get these bumpers on. And they won't go in right here. They won't snap. So what we want to do is bring these bumpers, these bracers up. So duplicate this up and then move your bracers up. Select this one and bring it up, and select this one and bring it up. Now these can snap in. Snap it, flip it twice, cancel. Now see how it moved up? That's okay, just click it. I'm sorry, not the bracer. Click your bumper, it'll drop down and be green, and accept. Okay, same thing over here now. Snap it, flip, flip, cancel, select, accept. And now we just want to do a drop-down duplication on these two. So select both of those bracers, Select your bottom Deimos hole. Duplicate, you get a drop down, delete the extra. And now our bracers are down here in the bottom, so we could delete these top pieces. Just do a quick select all. Make sure all your parts are selected. Looks good. Everything's good to go. Okay, cancel. Okay, we're ready to move on to probably the funnest part. The front end. This thing's insane. Okay, let's get our Deimos holes into a better position. We're going to be using those a lot right now. Really quickly, go ahead and just bring out your Nova wings. And you can go ahead and connect those. Connect it to your grav drive. We have color 1 maroon and color 2 white. Duplicate, flip, attach to the other side. All right. Now I want you to grab these two Nova cowlings, duplicate them, and then select both of those. Paint them white. And then just select them and flip them. No, I'm sorry. You don't want to flip them. Leave them just like that. Then bring in some Nova bracers. Put them on top. So place one down and duplicate it. And then select both of those in your bottom Deimos hole and duplicate down. Delete the bottom Deimos hole. Delete these top two bracers. Now, duplicate a Deimos hole. Put that on top of your TMs. Duplicate once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Whoops. 4 times. Right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 4 times. Grab yourself a Deimos bumper. Duplicate it, flip it. Put it on the other side. Bring in, well, from here, you could duplicate this bumper and move it over here, change the variant, and then duplicate that and move it back here. Oh, no, this is not right. This isn't right. Sorry. Sorry, folks. Yep. Okay, move this one back once and move this down once. And this here. You don't need this Deimos hole. That makes our ship too long. Okay. So now you're looking at this. You should look at like this. You should have 4 Deimos holes in front of your Nova bracers. Now we're gonna duplicate and flip this one and bring it to the other side, and then we're gonna duplicate this, set it off, and then snap it right here. Flip twice, cancel. Okay, same with this one. Duplicate it, set it over here, snap it, flip twice, cancel. Okay, so now we have that. Next, select all these Deimos holes. Move them out of the way. Grab your Nova bracer, duplicate it. Put 4 of them down here, or 3 of them here. Duplicate one, duplicate another. So now you got 3 Nova bracers. Select those. Color 1 should be maroon. Color 2, maroon. Color 3, white. Now grab a Nova engine struts. And then again on here, color 1, maroon, and color 3, color 3, maroon as well. Okay, select all on your Deimos holes, bring them up and place them on top. And then bring yourselves out a Nova wing. Again, color 1 maroon, color 2 white. And then duplicate that and put it here, and then select those both, duplicate them, and bring them to the back. And we're going to do all 4 of those. And this Deimos hole. And we're going to duplicate. Oh, we're going to exceed maximum limits, modules, I mean. So let me go ahead and get rid of a few parts I don't need. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I just deleted all those. Let me delete a few parts that I don't need. Okay. Now you should, well, you guys didn't have the problem, but I could now select those 4 and this Deimos hole and duplicate down. Now I can delete this bottom Deimos hole. And 3 of these. I'm going to take this last one. I'm going to flip it and bring it to the other side. And I'm going to duplicate that 4 times or 3 times. And then I'm going to duplicate all 4 of these down. Okay, delete that and delete all these. Okay, next is the interior. So first thing we're going to do is bring out a Deimos wing A. And what you're going to do is color 1 white, color 2 red, maroon, and color 3 maroon. And then duplicate that and flip it. Okay, bring in this one, the port side one, attach it here, flip it twice and cancel. And then grab your starboard side one and put it here and flip it twice and cancel. Now you see how this one moved up? They both moved up. Just select it and accept. Select it. Whoops. Select it and accept. And it should drop down properly where it's supposed to go. Okay, next, grab this Deimos hole and put it over here. And grab this Deimos hole and put it over here. And delete the middle one. Actually, grab another one. Grab another one. Put them like that. Okay, bring in a Deimos bumper and attach it here. And then duplicate it and change the variant and attach it here. Then select both of those in your bottom Deimos hole A and duplicate down. And then you could grab this one, flip it, and attach it over here. And grab this one, flip it, and attach it over here. Delete these 2. Select these 2. Select your Deimos hole, duplicate down. Delete these bottom 2 Deimos holes, and delete these 2 Deimos holes, and delete these top parts, and you should be looking at that. The front end is done, baby. Okay, so now go ahead and bring yourselves in a Teo 2x1. I'm using a control station. And then attached to that is your Ares bridge. And what we're going to do from here, now you could leave this right here if you like that look, but I want to drop it into the razor's edges. So I'm going to select my hole and this bottom one, and I'm going to do a duplicate down. And then I'm going to delete this top cockpit and this bottom Deimos hole. And now what I can do is finalize my cosmetics. All right. So first piece you're going to want to put down is a Deimos Spine F. It should attach right here. It'll be like that. And then just flip it once and cancel. You want this like sloped side on the fore and the flat side on the aft. Okay. And then same with the Deimos Spine D. You should be able to attach that in the front and then flip it twice and cancel. And then you should be able to grab a Deimos Spine A and put it on top of the F. Now on all these spines, all three colors are maroon. Then grab a Teo Cowling 4 and paint it white. Attach it right here. Flip it twice. Cancel. And then it's going to be a Deimos Spine C in the 4 position. I put it right here. Duplicate it, flip it, and attach it right there. And then you could go ahead and duplicate your A and put one here. And then duplicate your A again and flip it and put one in the back. And then you could duplicate your C and attach it here. And duplicate your C, flip it, and attach it here. Now, move both of these off real quickly. And what you want to do is bring in your slim docker and attach it here. And a Deimos hole A and attach it here. Actually, yeah. Yeah, you want to do it like this. Then you're going to duplicate this up and duplicate it over and then duplicate it down. Delete all of these. Now you can put your spine C back. And you can put this spine C on top of the Deimos hole. And then what we're going to do is select the bottom Deimos hole here and this spine D and duplicate. We'll get a drop down. Now you can delete this spine and this Deimos hole. And these. And there it is. That's it. We'll have to attach weapons. Make sure you do a select all. Make sure everything's attached. Everything appears to be attached. Okay, let's look at our error log, unattached modules, and ship size. That's no big deal. That's just our weapons here. So we'll go over this in a second. So one thing I would say about this build is you could put a spine right here if you wanted. You could put like these two if you wanted something like an elevated look. Bring in something like that. You know, even take this one, flip it, and then like take this one off and put in like a spine B. You know, and have something that looks like that. So you get this fin instead of like the up and down. Anyhow, it's all up to you, though, how you'd like to do it. I'm going to leave it how it was in the beginning, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to select this and flip it. I'm going to duplicate this and flip it. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to select that and flip it. And I'm going to leave mine like that. Okay, so now it's weapons. So what I'm doing is I'm going to merge everything into 2 of these packages. Like that. And in order to do that, you're going to need to be able to duplicate weapons, which means you're going to need to own more than you have, probably. And if you don't have the weapons available at your outpost, you won't be able to duplicate them. So before you start putting on your weapons, just make sure you have everything you want available at your outpost. If you don't, save your ship and fly it over to the Red Mile. And then come back and finish your weapons. what I'm going to do is hide my weapons. And I'm going to hide them right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using Atlee's 280C missile launchers. I'm going to be using PB300 alpha beams. And I'm going to be using Disruptor 3340 alpha beams. Okay? So how you're going to want to do this is grab yourselves an equipment plate and then bring out a Deimos Hull A. Grab your Deimos Hull A, put that in place here, put your equipment plate on top of it, select both of those, duplicate them to the other side. Delete the Deimos Hull, duplicate the plate, it'll drop down. Grab this Deimos Hull, move it off to the side and duplicate it extra, and then duplicate this, drop down. So now what you can do is grab your first weapon. For me, it's the Atlee missiles. Now for these, on the side, it shows you maximum power. These have a maximum power of 4. So in order to get full weapon power, which is 12, I would need a third one. You can see if I put a third one down, my W0 weapon power is full. And if I delete that, I lose 4 pips. So I want a fourth one, or I want a third one. So what I'm going to do is just put this up top right here, select it, and select the bottom Deimos Hull and duplicate down. And now I'm going to delete this extra. And now I've got 2 down here. So I could delete this top one. And as you can see, I have maximum W0 weapon power. Okay, next is going to be my PB300. So this is a maximum power of 3, which means I could have 4 of them to have 12 weapon power. So I want 4 of these total. So we're going to put one on top here and duplicate it over here. Now I'm going to duplicate both of these down twice to get 4 on the bottom. So I'll select both weapons in the bottom Deimos Hull and duplicate. That's 1. And then I'll select the bottom Deimos Hull and both weapons and duplicate. And now I got 2 down here and 2 on the other side. I could delete this one and delete that one. And you can see my W2 weapon is at maximum pips. Finally is my third weapon. This is also a max power 3 weapon, which means I could have 4 of them. So I'm going to select 2 and drop down 2 twice. Duplicate down, select the bottom, select the weapon, duplicate down. Delete, 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 delete all these. Grab this, snap it, flip twice, cancel. Grab this, snap it, flip twice, cancel. All right, we have one error. What is it? Ship size. Why are we 41? How did we get to be too long? You know what, folks? Delete your Nova cowling right here. These weren't supposed to be here. Grab your engine mount, put it here, flip it, I think 5 times to get it back to that variant. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cancel. Yeah. No. That's not right. Anyhow, flip it till you get it to look proper. It should look like these pipes are going into your landing gear and you got that curved edge. Should line up flushly with this one. Well, semi-flushly. And then same over here. Grab this, move it into place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 flips, folks. And then cancel. And there you go. Nominal check mark. The Ripper is completed. Hell yeah. That was my most complicated build guide to put together. It took me like 12 takes. So I hope this one inspired you guys to build some starships. I hope it gave you some cool ideas. If you were able to build this and you liked it and you liked the video, I'd appreciate a like. It will help out my channel a lot. Also, if you encountered any troubles building this, please let me know in the comments below so I could address it for everybody else. I will put all questions and concerns answered in one pinned comment. So look for a pinned comment and everything will be there. So a playlist should be coming up on the screen here for all of my builds. Check out that playlist for more guides. And until next time, everybody, peace out.